Hi guys, welcome back. You're watching Halftime Report on CNBC TV 18. It's 12 noon. The market is all over the place actually. The headline index is slightly in the red, so taking a bit of a breather. But the Bank Nifty and the Midcaps are doing quite well, both up in excess of 0.5%. Nigel, my colleague, joins in from his home. Nigel, hi, good afternoon.
Well, afternoon, Sonia. It's looking quite good for the mid-cap index, and I'll take that positively. But otherwise, it seems the Nifty is in a bit of a range. Well, we'll talk about that and more. First up, let's run our viewers through all the top stories at this time. The market's range as rising COVID cases dampen sentiment. Sector rotation continues with IT stocks losing the most. Financials and metals counters gain. The mid-caps fare better than large caps.
Money Control learns from sources that IndusInd Bank is in talks with US-based hedge fund Route 1 Investment to raise stake via preferential allotment route. Sources also tell CNBC TV 18 that Yes Bank is in talks with Tilden Park to bring in capital for their FPO.
And mixed cues for autos. The planned lockdown in Aurangabad can hurt supplies to OEMs. That's the word that's coming in from Endurance Tech. i2 Motors, though, says demand for bikes has scaled to pre-COVID levels. Inquiries after 50% higher than a year ago.
Consumer appliance makers sound upbeat, expect sales to continue their upward trend, rule out any possibility of them being purely pent-up purchases.
An association heads of the F&B industry say 36% of restaurants may not reopen due to financial stress. Consumer data company Kantar says that over 10 million households may have been lost by the FMCG sector due to COVID.
Let's do one thing. Let's go straight to our first guest on the show who joins in now. In fact, we've been talking about the cement space, and you heard it from our earlier guests in the previous show that cement demand has definitely picked up. NCL Industries is in focus after their operational update came in for Q1 FY21. The cement dispatches are down 12%, which is not bad given the month-long shutdown. K. Ravi, the MD of the company, joins us now on the show to talk about that. Mr. Ravi, good morning and thanks for joining us. You know, we were just speaking to the management of JK Cement a while back, who indicated that cement demand has definitely picked up and pricing is also quite stable. You tell us, what is the situation on the ground now?
Yeah, good morning, Sonia. Really after the lockdown, things have improved. The demand last 2 months, particularly May and June, demand is really good. And we could make up whatever we lost in the month of April, that we could make it up in May and June. So demand is really good, prices are good. Yes, Sonia.
So when you say demand is really good, can you throw some more color on where the demand is coming in from? Is it just pent-up demand? Are you seeing fresh demand? Is it more from the government's end, or are there more private orders coming through?
We are mostly our demand, our market is rural market, and rural market, the market was starving because the entire month from March to April, there were no supplies into the market. That is part of it. And then we have two big major irrigation projects. One is Polavaram in Andhra Pradesh. Their consumption is huge, and we are regularly supplying our cement there. Similarly, Kaleshwaram in Telangana, there is another major irrigation project is under construction that we are supplying. In addition to that, a lot of road works are going on, the government road works, all that is going on, except the city where the workers are not available. Other than that, the rest of the demand is really good, both in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Yeah, Sonia.
All right, Mr. Ravi, if you could give us a few numbers then, given the fact that you're down close to around 12% in terms of sales volumes for the first quarter, which, as Sonia said, it's a pretty good showing out there. For the year, what kind of volume target do you have? And also in the last few days, reports indicate that there has been a hike in terms of cement pricing in your core markets. That's Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Is that correct? If yes, what is the increase?
Yes, Nigel. In fact, we've taken a price revision recently in the last week of July by 10 rupees. And this month, this year, the target, last year we suffered because for about a couple of months, sand was not available in Andhra Pradesh. So we suffered. I mean, we could not achieve the expected capacity utilization. So this year, we are assuming that we'll be able to utilize the capacity to about 2.1 million tons. That's what we are assuming. And the prices are really good, and we do not know how long this is going to continue like this. Yes, Mr. Nigel.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Mr. Ravi, you also said that rural demand, is quite strong. If you could confirm, are you functioning at 100% capacity utilization levels? And if you could give us a sense, whether you are grabbing some part of the market share, because I think most cement companies for the past quarter, they're likely to report a degrowth of around 20 to around 30%. That's what reports suggest. So are you, capturing some more market share in your core markets?
Nigel, it's like they see, month of April, we lost terribly. Hardly our capacity utilization was hardly 15%. So whereas in the month of May, we could cross 90%, and June, we are close to 100%. So overall, but if you see the quarter, I think it's going to remain at that 70% or so.
Okay, all right. Since demand has picked up and you also have those two big irrigation projects to execute, any expansion plans that you have? And if yes, when do they come on stream?
Yes. See, expansion, what recently our board has cleared is a new grinding unit at Vizag. This is about 2,000 tons per day capacity, and we'll be spending about 150 crores on that project. And this is likely to take about 18 months time from now. And second is some modernization we are doing. See, line one, particularly that's a very old plant. See, those ball mills, so idea is to replace those ball mills. So there, we are investing another 50 crores for the cement modernization line one. So these are the 200 crores is what we are planning. And currently, right now, in fact, we are implementing a project for waste heat recovery. This is about 100 crores project, and we'll be commissioning this by December 20. It's in the advanced stage now, and
Sure.
Maybe next 3 months we'll be taking trial runs, and we'll be able to stabilize it by end December.
Okay, so this total 200 crores that you're going to invest, would you have to raise any funds for this, or will it be from your debt? And what is the debt now?
See, our current debt is about 350 crores. And we are planning to raise some more debt from the regular banks. So we expect about 60-65% debt, and about 35% is going to be from internal accruals.
Okay, all right. Mr. Ravi, if you could give us a number, in percentage terms, what was the average cement price in the past quarter, that's quarter one of FY21, and compare it with the quarter four as well as on a year-on-year basis? Because in your core market of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, prices have gone through the roof. So give us a rough percentage increase year-on-year as well as sequentially.
Year on year may be difficult, but quarter on quarter, last same quarter and current quarter, the quarter one FY21 and quarter one FY20, not much of variation. See, the previous year also, the first quarter was very good. Afterwards, the problem started with the non-availability of sand and all that. So more or less, the prices are same then and now. You want anything more, Nigel?
Okay, all right, Mr. Ravi. Yeah, all right. No, that should be enough, sir. Thanks so much for joining in. Wishing you all the best for the coming quarter, and positive commentary, I would read it, that you're at 100% capacity utilization levels. You're seeing good offtake coming in from those irrigation projects, and you're optimistic about doing 2.1 million tons. That would be a growth in comparison to the 1.9 million tons that you did in the previous year. So you're clearly expecting the next 3 quarters to look much better from here. Thanks so much for joining in, sir. Well, on that note, though, we'll slip into a short break. You come back, we'll turn our attention on another packaging company. Cosmo Films will be the stock on our radar. Stay with us.